Hello and welcome. My name is Zaid. I'm an ethical hacker, a computer scientist, and I'll be your instructor for this course. In this course, you'll learn network penetration testing from scratch. So you'll learn both wired and wireless network penetration testing, and by the end of it, you'll be at a high intermediate level, being able to launch attacks exactly like black hat hackers would do. Not only that, but you'll also be able to secure your networks from these attacks. The first thing we're going to learn is how to set up your lab so that you can practice penetration testing safely in your own environment. Once done with that, we're going to move in and learn how networks work, how devices connect to a network, and how they interact with each other. Once we understand how these things work, we'll move into our three main penetration testing sections. The first section is pre-connection attacks. So in this section, you'll learn all the attacks that you can do before you connect to the network. So it's going to be mostly geared towards wireless networks at the start, because if you want to connect to a wired network, you can literally just connect using the wire, and then you'll be able to move to section 3 where you can run more sophisticated attacks. So in the first section, you'll learn how to control all the connections around you, so you can disconnect any device from any network without having to connect to that network. You'll also learn how to set up a fake access point and lure people into connecting to it, and then you'll be able to capture all the data sent or received by any of the people connected to your fake wireless network. So you'll be able to see the usernames, the passwords, anything that they do really. Once done with that, we're going to move into the second section, which is gaining access. So again, if your target is a wired network, you can use the wire, connect to it. Some networks use filtering, so we'll see how you can bypass the filtering by changing the MAC address. If the target is a wireless network, the process is much more complicated. Most wireless networks these days, they use encryption and they use passwords. So you learn a number of attacks to get the passwords for any network, whether it uses WIP, WPA, or WPA2 encryption. Once done with that and we have access to our target network, we're going to move into section 3, the post-connection attacks. This section is going to be the most fun, and you're going to learn attacks that you can run against both wired and wireless networks, and it's going to work against any type of device, whether it's a laptop running Windows, Linux, Mac OS, or a TV, a phone, an Android phone, an iOS phone, any computer at all, any device that is connected to a network, these attacks will work against. These attacks will allow you to capture anything sent or received by any of the devices in your network. So you'll be able to capture usernames, passwords, cookies, websites visit. You'll be able to get screenshots of any device in your network. You'll be able to inject keyloggers, and at the end of it, you'll even be able to gain full control over any device that is in your network. Once we're done with all of these sections, I'm going to teach you how to detect and secure your networks from the attacks explained. Now, the course is highly practical, but it doesn't neglect the theory part. So you're going to learn how each of these attacks work, why do these attacks work, and then we're going to launch the attack against real devices in my environment. So these aren't proofs of concepts or anything theory. These are practical attacks that work against all devices